X-Man here with Jay Lethal. Jay Lethal, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing pretty good, X-Man. How are you?
I am fantastic. I'm sitting next to one of my favorite performers.
He's just saying that because I'm standing here.
He gave me $20 too. Now let me ask you, Jay Lethal, I got to tell you, there's a lot of buzz about Ring of Honor right now. A lot of buzz. What makes Ring of Honor so special, or more importantly, what makes it different than WWE and TNA?
Well, not to sound braggadocious or too cocky, but for starters, I'm here.
I see what he did there.
I'd say the main thing, the biggest thing that makes us stand out the most is that we really emphasize wrestling. I mean, TNA and WWE, they've come up with a lot of slogans. We are standing for wrestling, or we put wrestling first. But then the WWE, they have the whole, it's entertainment now. And I think Ring of Honor actually gets down to the brass tacks. It's all about wrestling. We don't have any crazy storylines here, which is also another cool way that we've kind of pull those MMA guys, because we focus the show about wrestling and that competition that drives us all to be competitive, and that's what really gets those MMA guys. So I think that's what really makes us stand out.
I would have to actually agree with you right there. Now we all know you for your high flying and your down and dirt.
And my imitations. Let's not forget my imitations.
I'm doing the interview here, but let me lead you to the question,
You're doing
brother.
the interview, but if you zoom down, he put in his pocket. He had a little cheat sheet on his iPhone. I don't have anything here. I'm totally off the top, off the cuff.
iPhone 4S, thank you.
Oh, Siri. Maybe Siri came up with those questions.
She did. And you know what? You know what she told me about myself, though. Now let me ask you. Yes, speaking about the impressions,
Right.
Unbelievable, right there. You are known for your Macho Man Randy Savage impression. You know what I'm saying? Where did the Black Machismo character originate? Tell the truth.
Funny story. I've always been able to do this Macho Man impression only because I idolize him and Ric Flair. So I've always been able to do this Macho Man impression, and I would do it anytime I got a chance. In the locker room, if I got too quiet, I'd bust it out, or right before we started a pre-tape, or if I was doing anything with Jeremy Borash, before the cameras start rolling, I'd bust out some Macho Man. It wasn't until Kevin Nash came on board with TNA, and he heard it for the first time and went ballistic. As a matter of fact, I don't know if you remember, but Kevin Nash, we all filmed this thing called the Paparazzi Idol.
Yes.
Which was our big imitation on American Idol, and just making fun of anything and everything we could. As a matter of fact, whenever we'd film it, there was no script. They didn't tell us what they wanted. They just said, they sat the camera up, hit record, and said, go ahead and do it. And Nash would normally start leading. He'd say one or two jokes, and then we'd all start joking. And then it turned into this real weird but fun thing. And it was amazing I thought it was amazing television. It was probably the most fun I've ever had in wrestling in general. But he heard me do the Macho Man impression. And because we were doing the Paparazzi Idol, he was like, "You should do it. You should do it when they start rolling the cameras." And no, I don't think so. As a matter of fact, one time the cameras were rolling and he told me to do it. I did it maybe for like 3 or 4 seconds. But the big one was he did the whole like he was Randy and it was Paul Abdul was SoCal Val, and he got me to do it there I did it for at least 30 seconds. After that, I couldn't stop. But Kevin Nash, he's the real reason why I did it. And I've always heard these stories about the Macho Man is crazy, and he lived in Florida. So the last thing I want to do was do this imitation, and he gets all pissed and tries to show up at the front door. The next time we know, we got a walkie-talkie saying Savage is at the front gate trying to get in. That's the last thing I wanted. But Nash convinced me that it wouldn't be anything making fun of him. It'd be like you paying tribute to him. And how could he get upset if you're keeping his name out there? So that's another reason why I did it. But it was all Kevin Nash's idea.
Well, have you ever met Randy Savage?
Unfortunately, never face-to-face, but I have talked to him on the phone several times. I got to talk to him about 3 times. One of which he actually talked back. The other 2, I felt like I was bothering him because I think I was. I'm a fan of Savage. I got his number. You don't think I'm going to call it anytime I get a chance? A lot of times, though, when I'd call, he'd try and rush me off the phone like... I'd say, hey,
he had some grits on the stove.
Yeah. Well, it was always me and my girl about to go out to eat, so I might have to give you a call back. And he'd always go, "Is that right?" Like, I think I asked him what was his plans for today, and me and my girl about to go eat. I had driven my mom to this grocery store, so I just finished driving my mom to the grocery store. Is that right? Is it right? He'd just repeat, is it right? Until finally he'd get me off the phone. The last time I called, which would have been the fourth call if he actually picked up, he didn't pick it up. So I think after the fourth time, he's I'm sick of this kid bothering me.
Right now, and everyone knows on my TV show, that I'm a huge Randy Savage fan.
Yeah.
I'm known for my impressions. I won't bust it out right now because I want to let people remember you as having the best one. So we'll leave it at that. Okay, we'll leave it at that.
Thank you very
no,
much.
Not a
Thank you
problem.
very
Not a
much,
problem.
man.
I'll do that for you. Now, two more questions here.
Okay.
This is your second stint now with Ring of Honor, correct? How has the atmosphere in the locker room and with the fans changed?
That's weird. Why? How come every time he puts the microphone to me, the camera juts in my face like that? Oh! I tell everybody the same thing. I don't really feel any different than I did before and after. I mean, not the way I feel. I mean, like the feel of the locker room. And it's very similar to, let's say you own a Mustang, you live in New Jersey, then you move to Florida, and then you come back to New Jersey 6 months later, and your dad says, "Oh, the Mustang's there. We put a new engine in it, but it rides fine. You drive it, it's fine. It's your same Mustang. It just has a brand new engine. Not really much different. It still runs the same." And it's pretty much what happened here. I was gone. I came back, and Ring of Honor has a new engine with Sinclair Broadcasting Group. But there's no change. I mean, you would think that because Sinclair is such a large group and they're this big business, you would think that'd be a little weird. I don't know, like a TNA with all the cameras and, oh, we got to go on TV at this time, yada, yada, yada. It's a little high stress. Everybody's always running around, but it's still laid back here. Everybody's still laughing, joking. We're brothers and sisters here. It's amazing. I don't feel any different than I did 6 years ago when I was here.
That's well. Speaking of TNA, real quick, they're having a milestone. I think it's their 10 years, I believe.
Oh, good for them. No, I'm not being sarcastic. I mean, really, good for them. I have a lot of personal friends there. I'm glad business is doing good. If they're doing good, then I mean, that's the best part about it. I hope that more companies actually open up. There's so many wrestlers, but not many places for them to go. Competition is good. It helps drive us all.
Competition is very good. Would you ever be willing to go back to TNA at all, or are you past that? Are you one of those guys that just let I'm done with that? Peace out. See you later. Got my sandals on. I'm rolling out.
Well, I mean, the politically correct answer I feel, or I've been told, is TNA was a part of my past. I'm moving forward with Ring of Honor, which I agree with. But I am a wrestler. I'm a professional wrestler. This is my living. This is how I make money. So if there was ever a situation where unfortunately I could no longer work for Ring of Honor, which I hope never happens, and the situation arose where I had a chance to work for TNA again. I mean, I didn't leave there on bad terms. Everybody loved me. That was sad to see me go. I never did anything wrong. So, I mean, if the situation was right, then I would say yeah.
Well, and for our final question here, we like to ask some fun questions here. You know what I'm saying?
I'm shocked, Tex man.
It's WWE. Everyone talks about WWE. We're here to talk about Ring of Honor. Damn it.
Well, I mean, you brought up TNA.
Actually, you brought it up.
Actually,
we're gonna roll the footage back, okay?
You roll that footage back. I never stopped on TNA. I kind of skipped over them just for a second, but you went back to it. It's almost like, hey, there's that store. We're passing the store, and then you took over the driver's seat and you turned the car back around and you pulled into that store.
Jay's just mad because my Savage is better than his. But I just want to ask you, speaking of Randy Savage, okay, his finishing maneuver was the flying elbow.
Yep.
Better flying elbow, CM Punk or Shawn Michaels? WWF question. WWE question.
There you go. I'm going to say Shawn Michaels. I'm going to have to go with Shawn Michaels. The reason why I'd be more inclined to go with CM Punk is because I feel that his is more of an homage to Savage as opposed to Shawn Michaels, where he just does it because he has a pretty damn good elbow drop. Yeah. But I like Shawn Michaels' elbow drop more than CM Punk's, if that's what it came down to.
And that was honest. This guy's been pretty honest with me.
Nothing wrong with that.
Jay Lethal, thank you so much, man. Big fan of yours.
We're going to mega power this up right now.
Yeah. Dig it. Back to the studio.
Thanks for having me, man.
Absolutely, brother. Absolutely. Thanks.